Now in this video we'll see sequencing circuit. So whenever the number of cylinders are there and you want a particular sequence, in that case you have to go for the sequencing circuit. For example, if suppose you are having a workpiece here, for example a workpiece here you are having, and here you want to drill a hole in this workpiece. So here your first thing that you need to do is you have to clamp this workpiece. Okay, so for example here already two supports are there, and here you have one cylinder to clamp the workpiece. So here for example this is a cylinder and the piston of the cylinder, and this piston will clamp this workpiece first. Okay, so this piston should move first, and then after that suppose you are having another piston here, another cylinder you are having here, and this cylinder have a drill bit, and this cylinder will drill in this workpiece. So first thing that you are having, you should move this first piston. Let us call this is cylinder 1 and this is cylinder 2. So your cylinder 1 should move first. You should supply the fluid to cylinder 1 first, and then cylinder 2, and then after that this is your forward sequence, and after that the reverse sequence should be cylinder 2 should retract, and then cylinder 1 should retract. Okay, so in this way you need a sequence. So here your sequence is the first sequence is nothing but your cylinder 1 should extend, and cylinder 1 should extend, and then cylinder 2 should extend. Okay, and second reverse sequence you are having like cylinder 2 retract, then cylinder 1 retract. Okay, so in this way you are having a sequence. So first cylinder 1 should extend, then cylinder 2 extend, then cylinder 2 retract, and then cylinder 1 retract. In this way you are having, for example, a sequence. So in that case we will design a circuit for this sequence. So here there are two methods, or number of methods are there to design a circuit for the sequencing also. First you can use a pressure relief valve in this case. So we will see in two different circuits. Okay, so by using first we will see by using pressure relief valve, and then we'll go for the next video by using sequence valve. Okay, so in this video we'll see the sequencing circuit by using pressure relief valve. Okay, then after that we'll see by using a sequence valve. So here pressure relief valve we are having, we know the pressure relief valve, many times we have seen. Okay, so pressure relief valve is nothing but when the pressure will get increased, in that then only this pressure relief valve will open. So here the symbol of the pressure relief valve is like this. Here spring should be there, and your pilot signal should come from inlet line. Okay, so this is for example inlet line, pilot signal will come from the inlet line. When the pressure in this inlet line will get increased, then it will open, it will supply the fluid from inlet to outlet, otherwise it is normally closed. Okay, so this is your sequence valve. Now we'll use this sequence valve for that sequencing circuit. So suppose you are having two cylinders here. For example, this is cylinder 1, and here one more cylinder is there, cylinder 2. Okay. Now this is cylinder 1 and this is cylinder 2. Now our sequence is first cylinder 1 should extend, then cylinder 2 extend. In this way we are having a sequence. So as here it is both are double acting cylinders, so we need a direction control valve which is having at least two ports from upside. So here DCV will use. So DCV should have 4 ports, two sides, 2 ports for tank and your pump and 2 ports for the actuator. Okay, so here 3 position DCV we are using. You can use 2 position also. Okay, so there is no issue, but here at least 4 ports should be there. The center position may be any center position you can place here, okay, according to your application. And your third position will be like this, and here you have to show the actuation method. Okay, so for example it is a solenoid operated, so in that case we will use here a solenoid operated direction control valve, as well as we will place here a spring. If both the signals will be absent because of this spring force, DC will come in the center position. Okay, so here one DCV we have drawn. Then after that our sequence is first cylinder 1 should extend. Okay, so here the remaining thing will be as it is. Okay, so here the pump will be there. First I will draw this pump, then after that a tank should be there, and here a pressure relief valve, and here tank, here pressure relief valve should be spring return, and pilot signal should come from this inlet line, and this line goes to the tank. So this part will be as it is for all the circuits. Now upper part we'll see. So when DCV is in first position, your cylinder 1 should extend first. Okay, so directly we'll connect this line to cylinder 1. Cylinder 1 should now the cylinder 1 will extend, and then when cylinder piston 1 extend, and when piston reaches the extreme position, for example here this is extreme position, so when piston reaches the extreme position, here there is no requirement of the fluid and your pump is supplying the fluid continuously. So in this line the pressure will get increased. Okay, so here we will install one more line, and here we will install a pressure relief valve. So this is a pressure relief valve, and through this pressure relief valve will supply the fluid to, this is a pilot signal for pressure relief valve, and through this pressure relief valve will supply the fluid to cylinder 2. Okay, so here it is. Now when DCV is in first position, fluid from the pump goes to first cylinder 1, piston will extend. When piston reaches the extreme position, in this line the pressure will get increased, then this pressure relief valve will open. It will allow the fluid to flow to cylinder 2, and piston 2 starts extending. When piston 2 reaches the extreme position, then again in this line the pressure will get increased, and this relief valve will open, and fluid from the pump will goes to the tank. Okay, so when both the pistons will reaches the extreme position, then only this relief valve will open. So this is the forward sequence that we have completed. What happened with the return fluid, that we will talk later. Now next is we'll first use the next sequence. Okay, so we'll first design the next sequence. So our next sequence is cylinder 2 should retract first, and then cylinder 1 should retract. So in this case we have to, when DC will be in third position, your pump line will be connected to line B, and let us say this is line A and this is tank. So your pump line will be connected to line B. So here this is nothing but your line B. So in that case your fluid from the pump should go to the cylinder 2 first. Okay, so directly we will connect here a cylinder 2. So here this is nothing but a cylinder 2. So directly the fluid from the pump will go to cylinder 2. Cylinder piston 2 retracts. When piston 2 reaches the extreme position, in this line the pressure will get increased. Then in addition of this, we will supply this fluid to cylinder 1. So here we will install a pressure relief valve, spring return, pilot signal. For this pressure relief valve will come from this inlet line. Okay, and this supply will go to the cylinder 1. Okay, now when pressure in this line will get increased, this relief valve will get open, and it will supply the fluid to cylinder 1, and piston 1 retracts. So in this way our forward and retract motion of the sequencing circuit will take place. Now we'll talk about the return fluid. What happened with the return fluid? So when DCV is in first position, when piston 1 is extending, in that case the return fluid from this rod end of the cylinder 1 should go to the tank, but here the relief valve is there, so relief valve will not allow the fluid to flow to the tank. Okay, so parallel to this relief valve we should install a check valve. Okay, so parallel to this relief valve we'll install here one check valve and we'll connect here. Yeah. So through this check valve the fluid should go back. So now see here, when cylinder piston 1 extending, the return fluid from the rod end of the cylinder come here, and through this check valve it will go to the tank. Okay, because here relief valve will be there, and relief valve will not allow the fluid to flow in opposite direction unless and until here in this line the pressure will get increased, then only it will get open, otherwise it will be in closed position. So return fluid from this. Okay, now when cylinder when piston 2 is extending, in that case, so again here the pressure will get increased. Here this line, this side fluid should go to the tank, so this side fluid will come here, and as it is directly connected to the tank, so here nothing you have to install because it is direct line to the tank. Okay, so no problem for the return fluid. Now we'll talk about the retracting motions. So when piston 2 retracts, or suppose you are having a third position, in this position your DCB is there, so your pump is supplying the fluid to line B, so line B is here. When piston 2 retracts, in that case the return fluid from this piston end of the cylinder 2 should go to the tank. So here pressure relief valve is there, and pressure relief valve is normally closed type of valve. So in addition of this pressure relief valve, the parallel to this pressure relief valve, you have to install here one check valve. Okay, check valve is nothing but your non-return valve, which will allow the fluid to flow in one direction only. So direction of the check valve will be like this. So this check valve will open, and your fluid will come here and here, then after that it will come to line A, and line A is connected to the tank. So through this check valve the return fluid from the cylinder to through this check valve goes to tank. Okay, so in this way the return fluid from the cylinder 2 will goes to the tank. Now we'll talk about the retracting motion of the cylinder 1. So when piston 1 starts moving in reverse direction, or starts retracting, in that case the return fluid from this rod from this piston side should go to the tank. So here it will connect, it is directly connected to the tank, so there is no issue here, you don't need to install anything. Okay, so in this way your forward and return motion of the sequence valve will take place by using a pressure relief valve. I hope all of you understood. Now in the second part of this video we'll see in the sequencing circuit by using sequence valve.